Máme i stovovýho rozhodčího? Jo, jo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back and live for the final of the ČPTour 8-Ball Open. We have Jan Meisner and Peter Urban playing here, and now they're lagging for who will break. We do have an addition to this match. It's raised to 8. And we have a table referee. Mr. Robin Vladika is definitely going to be refereeing this table, so he will make sure that the cue ball is clean every single time after every rack. He will make sure the balls are properly racked for both players at all times. And also we have Mr. Milan Ugrin as shot clock referee. And yes, you have me as well. By the way, I did not introduce myself. My name is Martin Jovchevsky, or as they like to call me in the Czech language is Martin Jovchevsky. Anyway, that's my name, and I'm more than happy to share the love of pool with everybody, and if it's in the way of commenting the match, then I don't mind, and I'm more than happy to do that. So yeah, so now we're just waiting for the balls to be racked. Honza is definitely one of the most interesting players amongst, of course, Peter Urban. I would put in there a lot of other players as well, but we definitely expect to have a very, very nice treat of a final right now. I expect to have some very nice shots, especially from Honza, aka Jan Meisner. I think it's gonna be a very nice final, but hey, you're gonna be the decider of that at the end. I'm just here to kind of guide you and enjoy this with you. I am here live watching the table, but also we have two cameras. One is from the side, the other one is from the front of the table, and we're playing on a Brunswick table in Balabushka. That's table number 1. And I believe that's one of the players' favorite over there, along with table number 13. Definitely not table number 9, but hey, table number 1 is the place to be, I guess. I'm gonna put it on this camera because I would like to see how well Honza is gonna control this break. We are waiting for a table referee, that's Mr. Robin, who has his cards prepared. Obviously we're expecting everybody to act in the most gentleman and sportsman conduct, and here we go. That's a very nice cue ball control. Unlucky, kicked by the 1, but it seems like a dry break, and Peter is already out. He even has some time to drink something because he feels confident, because there's a 60-second extension at the beginning of every break. Other than that, the shot clock again, it's 30 seconds, and you get 1 extension per rack, and that's pretty much it. What I like over here, solids for sure. 1-2 combo first. I think that's what Peter is doing. You know, it seems like I don't have the skills to back up my knowledge on pool. I hope it's gonna come eventually. But for now, I will talk about pool a lot, but my skills will not back it up. So for now, I'm just gonna talk. Okay, he has those two balls, and he will probably play with some right spin on the 7 ball, come back for the 6 or 5, probably the 5. And he's I don't see really any trouble in here. He should follow the 6, so he would play the 5 in the other side pocket or in the same one. I guess I couldn't see the angle there pretty well, but he under did it a little bit. He should have followed maybe a little bit more, but if he can if he can follow this in between all of those balls, let's see if it's possible to maybe follow it and come back, or maybe just stun it a little bit and come across for the 4. Decides definitely not to use his extension, and like I said, if he follows it, he's perfect. Probably play the 4 as the last ball to get in a nice and natural position on the 3 ball. Let's see how he will end up on the 4, probably just with a little bit of right spin. And this is very important when you play pool. You always want to end up in a nice natural position, so you don't have to do all kinds of crazy shots around the table. And as they say, the easy pool is the hardest pool to play. But as you can see, he just needed to follow this ball, and it has an easy 8 in the corner. Let's see if he's gonna make this, and that's it. Peter wins the first rack. The thing is that Peter makes it look like it's so easy, but like I said, easy pool is the hardest pool to play. Fun fact about Honza: I was out one night with Honza together, and we were playing some pool together, and I was asking Honza, like, Honza, how did you learn to play pool? Did you have any coach? Did you like watch YouTube videos? I don't know, how did you do it? And he said that he had coach for some time, but after that it was mostly YouTube videos. So he would get down on the table, watch a YouTube video of a stroke, of a position play, or anything else like this, and then he would just play those shots that he would see on the YouTube videos, and he would keep on going and going and going and going until perfection, I guess. Many players that would see Honza playing would say that you would see that his hand is looking very interesting while he's playing, because he has his wrist bent in a very interesting way, but it seems like it's working for him quite a lot, and he is able to produce some very, very, very interesting shots, especially for you guys, the viewers of this stream. We have a small technical difficulty here, and that's why we are continuing with the rack. We have Peter next to break, leading 1-0. Cue ball in the middle of the head string, and yeah. By the way, Peter has a small extension on his cue, a small extension, like a very small one. Some people add it for a little bit of extra balance, but that's up to him actually. And honestly, I don't know exactly what kind of cue Honza plays with, but definitely plays with a wooden shaft, or if it's a carbon shaft, it definitely looks like a wooden shaft. And yeah, we're just waiting for the second rack to continue. In the meantime, if you would allow me a 30-second break, please, because I need to keep myself hydrated. experiencing some technical issues at the moment. Please be patient here, viewers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you very much for giving me a little bit of time, because hydration is super important. And in this time, I want to give thank you very much for basically thank you very much for waiting for me and just giving me a little bit of time. I want to give a big shout out to Delta Billiard Brno. That's the club where I'm coming from, and that's the club that I'm playing for. Obviously, they're not quite happy with me today because I didn't play my best game. And yeah, coming back. Yeah, Delta Billiard Brno. That's the Brno club, and coming back on this rack. We have Peter doing a break where he follows with the white ball, with the cue ball, and that, like I said, you want to have options after the break, and this break where you keep the cue ball after the break shot in the middle gives you a lot of options. This right now does not. So but hey, it's a break shot, and it's you really need to practice it a lot to get it to perfection. But anyway, the good thing is, and I believe everybody would be happy if they are on the table, if they are playing, so if they are in control. So Peter is leading right now 1-0. I believe he's gonna play the 13 in the corner. And obviously it's a very tough shot. These pockets are definitely not forgiving, so if he plays it, he needs to definitely play it as straight as possible into the pocket. 60 seconds are almost gone, so he calls for an extension because this might end up being the cue, I mean the most important shot of this rack. And he nails it perfectly. Wow. Obviously, it's needless to say that he chose the stripes, and this is how it's looking from this side. It seems like the 9-12 combo is going very easy over there. Stands the 10 for the 14-11, and seems like it should be an interesting run out over there. 9-12 combo definitely looks interesting, and let's see. Routinely, very nice. Now the 15, and maybe come back for the 9 or come back for the 14-11. But I believe that Peter definitely doesn't want to complicate stuff, so like I said, he tries to play simple, and like I said, this is the most difficult way of playing, and that's what he chooses to do, so hats off to him for that. Coming back, 9, 14, 11 left for him. 9 doesn't really look like it has the right angle, so I believe he would go for the side pocket, nudge off the 2, and leave himself a 14-11. There's two options here: follow the 14 and leave the 11 for the other corner pocket, or play the 11 and then 14 and then 8. Like I said, he would choose the second option. 11, 14, 8, I believe. Let's see how is this gonna work. Wow, perfect. It seems like a little bit of a small draw, and or maybe just a small follow. Yeah, small draw, perfect. Just a short draw to leave himself a fairly easy shot on the 8, and give himself a 2-0 lead. Big shout out to our today's tournament's director, Mr. Milan Ugrin. He was our tournament director today, and he also shared the love of pool that all of us have and that all of us cherish so much. He was here from, I believe, like 9:30 a.m. until now, so yeah, he's a very cool person to be a tournament's director, so big shout out to Milan Ugrin. Very nice. And he's looking at me strangely like, why are you saying my name? But I'm saying your name for a good stuff. I hope you will listen to it later. So he's the shot clock referee. Honza is breaking now, and let's see how this will look like. Robin makes sure that the balls are very tight, because that's how they should be. And the white ball goes off the table. Wow. That's a little bit unfortunate, but also at the same time a little bit interesting, because leaves Peter with some nice options. He can choose whatever he wants. Again, after the break, he has to put the cue ball behind the head string, and those are the rules of 8-ball. And I believe, let me see how is the rack looking like. I believe he would choose the 5-ball and goes for solids, but let's see. It seems like he doesn't like something on the table, but I will change the angle once he gets down so we can see exactly what he is trying to play. And yeah, it seems like he's playing the 5-ball. A little bit of stun. Wow, very nice. Because he has to be super precise on that shot to get the 5-ball and get the position that he needs for the cue ball over there. He's thinking whether he should follow or just stun. I think it's just a simple stun over there, but he left himself a very awkward cueing over there on the 4-3, and I believe that the 4 will be his next choice of shot, or maybe the 3. Wow, that's a very interesting choice. I guess he will not go for the 4-3. He will actually, sorry, he will not go for the 3. He will go for the 4-3 and leave himself a fairly. Yeah, I think it should be 2-6-7, and but let's see how it's gonna work. Yeah, wow. Is this a snooker? Maybe he can play rail first. I'm changing the angles, but I still cannot really understand what's going on. Peter does not, obviously, guys, as we said, we have a shot clock here, so it seems like he wants to play rail first over there. And if it does work out, he needs to play this super slow, because he might end up snookering himself on the 6-ball. Because the 6-ball is quite tough to get to as a position, but let's see. All right, wow, very nice. This is a long shot, so he will definitely need a rest or an extension on the cue. I think rest will do the job, because it's quite a long shot. Here he would either draw it out with a bottom left, or if he feels comfortable with a right spin of 2 rails, or top spin of 2 rails. But let's see. That's quite good. It's almost perfect. Wow, very nice. He got out of the snooker almost perfect. Maybe it wasn't even a snooker, but I couldn't really decide, and get himself another lead, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, this guy is on fire right now. He seems like he's using every single mistake of the opponents. Like, he, in the previous semi-final, I don't know if you were able to watch it or you haven't followed it yet, but if you have, please check it, because Peter did not make a mistake until the 4th rack. Like, he literally either broke and ran, or if the opponent did a dry break, then he ran out the table for 3 racks, and then on the 4th rack he made a mistake. And yeah, that's that's pretty much it. Big shout out to the other two semi-finalists, Jarda Tichy and Damian, both of them from Žipska. Wow, how well I said the Žipska in Czech. Big shout out to them. For if you wanna see a video on a very good stroke, or how good a stroke can be, I definitely would recommend you to watch Jarda Tichy play, because he has an amazing stroke in my opinion, and he has a very nice technique. So 3-0, Peter Ruban to break, and like I said again, he's trying to keep the cue ball somewhere in the middle of the table. That's one way to do it. That's an amazing break. However, it was a very risky one, because he might end up pushing the cue ball to the side pocket. This is a very risky break because you need a very good control on the cue ball to make sure to avoid the side pocket, to either finish before or after the side pocket, depending on how you look at it. There is an interesting 6, 10, 12 cluster over there, so Peter is looking at it. I believe even now he would probably play the 15, and with a lot of right spin, or maybe just top right spin, get down to the 6, 10, 12 cluster. I think that's the way to play it. There is a little bit of a trick if he does do that, but he will not do that. He will go for the solids, and he has some other plan, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that plan is about to happen now. From the 2, he will play the 2 on the side, and hopefully he will end up nice. He wants to just touch the 6 ball a little bit, maybe just nudge it a little bit, so he can end up nicely on the 4 ball. This will maybe do the job. He will have to play this combo, or he will maybe play a long one, which really would not make sense in this situation. He really needs to go for the 6-4 combo, and he plays a draw shot, so he will make sure that he will have a look on the 6. And but tough shot. It was definitely a tough shot. And ladies and gentlemen, we have Honza right now on the table on the 4th rack. He didn't really have too much chances until now. I don't know how much he feels like he's in stroke, but he's thinking about it, and maybe he can play the 10 or the 13 on the side. He is also a very fast player, and he can produce some amazing shots, so definitely something nice to watch, at least for us, the viewers of the pool. He would go for the 9, leave himself nicely for the 14, or maybe go now immediately, because he doesn't want to leave the toughest balls for the end. That usually he needs to be cautious about this, but anyway, he's going for the 9 ball, leaving himself on the 14. Now he needs to produce either a big draw shot or a big follow shot, depending on how it's looking over there, but let's see. Definitely wow, I think you can see the ball, and this was very close, with a little bit of a left spin, go around 10 to come back for it, and I think the 8 ball is going in the corner, but probably he would draw it back just like that to play it in the same corner right there. Very nice. Wow. Honza was able to use his chance over there and lower down the lead of Peter and come back to 3-1. The thing is that now Honza is gonna break, so he has another chance to maybe even lower down the lead even more, and let's see how that will go. But big shout out one more time to Robin right there, the table referee, the guy with the white gloves, who is always making sure that everything is proper and everything is the way it's supposed to be on the tables, and he is always making sure, hey, we need to new brake cue. Okay, I think Robin is borrowing his brake cue to Honza because Honza doesn't feel it with the other brake cue. So I don't know if we can see it, we cannot see it, but Robin is right now borrowing his brake cue to Honza, and let's see if this new brake cue will work for him. There are some people passing, we're waiting for them to pass because we're being respectful and they're being respectful to us, and let's see. Honza to brake with a new brake cue. Let's see how this brake will look like. Okay, this is definitely looking better for him. Wow. Well, maybe he should have... Wow, he didn't end up with the cue ball very nicely. That's why, like I said, you always want to keep the cue ball somewhere in the middle. I guess he would go here for the 2 ball in the left corner, or maybe he would go a combination on the 7, which would be a very, very, very tough shot to do. But then 7 and whichever is the other strike ball next to it, I believe it's 12. It's kinda the only problem on the table. So if he can solve it, that's nice. But I don't see a way how he can solve this with the first shot. So I guess he's gonna have to have some patience and wait for some other possibility for there. Wow. That was wow. And even the 6-7 over there. Let's see how it's looking. Let's have a look on the 2 ball, 3 ball, 5 ball. I don't really know exactly. I believe by the way he's standing, it seems like he has a look on the 5 ball. And then he would play 4 ball. Or 6-7 combo. Okay, alright. Just thinking about it. That was the right shot there. That was the right shot, because after a combo you're not really sure if the balls will end up the way you want them to end up. So you want to be sure that you will have some options left after you play a combination shot. That's why he played the 6-7, which is, I mean, the right shot to do here. And now again he's gonna have to produce some interesting shot to get down on the table. Probably lots of right spin or lots of bottom left. Let's see which one he will choose. I feel like we end up seeing a pattern here where he produces some crazy shots towards the end of the rack, and it seems like it's always working out for him. Well, the moment I said it, it seems like it's not working out for him. I'm sorry, Honza, if that was kind of my mistake. But let's see how it's looking over here. We have the 3-2. I believe he's gonna play the 3 ball in the corner. He's gonna play 1 rail kick. Yep. Well, the good thing is that he didn't leave a ball in hand for the opponent, which is always a very bad thing to do, I believe, even during a game. So at least he ended up hitting the ball, and he left him in a quite a awkward situation when it comes to queuing. So I believe that Peter would go for the 15 over there. A rule to mention, Peter calls his extension by the way at the moment because he really needs to think about the shot. A rule to mention is that obviously when you play any ball, the cue ball or the object ball has to hit a cushion. That's the rule of the game, and whenever you play a safety or anything like this, you always have to make sure that you are hitting a cushion after that. Wow, what a bank shot right there. Peter, as you can see, he left. Let's say if he missed the bank shot, then the 3-ball was super easy and Jan and Honza would finish off the rack. But ladies and gentlemen, this means that Peters feels in a very good mood right now. He's in a very good stroke and he feels good on finishing the rack. And I believe he would leave the 9-ball for the end, so he can end up easy on the 8-ball. So now he would do 15-ball. This pocket didn't work with him in the semifinals. Let's see how now will work. It works pretty well for him. And now I believe he would play a little bit of a bottom left over there to come back to the 9 in a natural angle. Let's see how that will look like from this angle. I believe it should be looking better. Perfect. And leave himself 9-ball in the corner and leaving the 8-ball in the opposite corner of the 9-ball, but obviously on the same short cushion with a simple follow and easy, relatively easy, let's say 8-ball for a 4-1 lead. But what a bank shot was that. Wow, this means that Peter feels in a very good stroke right now. And he feels very good about his game and about the way he plays. So obviously this showed us with the bank shot how it's looking for him and how well he plays. Wow, what a nice bank shot, very nice. We are gonna make a little 30-second break and then we'll come back. Thank you so much. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Peter leading 4-1. He's halfway through the match with his score at least, and he's breaking, trying to leave again the cue ball somewhere in the middle. Let's see how that will look like for him. And he's, yes, that's a foul. Ball in hand for Honza, and let's see how that will look like. I'm gonna give you both angles just so for you to see how the rack is looking, and you can have your own choice, I guess, of which selection you want to make. Do you want to go for the solids or for the stripes, whichever you prefer? I believe that Honza feels confident about the stripes over there because he was looking around the 15 about the 2 brown balls, and that's a tough cluster. Not really tough for Honza, but for a regular player this is a tough table. But Honza is not a regular player, obviously. He would not be in the finals if he's just a regular player. I guess he would play the 4 ball first, so then he can clear the 7. Let's see how that will look like. Stop shot, and probably finishing the 7 over there. This is something that most people don't do, is that they don't try to clear the clusters or anything. Try to clear it immediately, because then the table kind of looks easier. Don't leave the cluster or something like this for last, because you need to have options in case you miss a ball or something happens. You need to be sure that the table will be open for you and that you're gonna have options. So I believe he would go for the 6 there. I don't think that I would go for that, but he would go probably bottom right and draw off for the 3 ball over there. And but I guess it was not enough for him, so he would go for the 1 and probably a short stop and leave the 3 in the, or just come back and leave the 3 for the side, I guess. But I think this was way too hard for him to play this. But let's see, I'm changing to this camera so at least we can see what he thinks and how he sees the rack. Obviously, guys, as I said, 30 seconds or another extension, and that's all that these guys have, so they have to think fast, they have to move fast around the table, and Honza just called his extension. I believe it makes all sense in the world to call the extension at the moment. Playing the 3-ball in the corner is kind of tough, but he definitely went for it. So let's see how Peter will be able to solve it, or whether he will be able to solve this rack. I think the obvious choice here would be the 13 in the side, because that's kind of looks like the most available ball. So let's see how this will look like, and whether Peter will be able to solve this. He's looking for the 11 as well, so that can be tough. But let's see if he can poke. Let's see if he can put the 13 in the side. But he's definitely not going to. He fooled me there. I thought that he's going for the 13. He actually went for the 14. Wow. Very nice shot. Again, very confident. But look what he did over there. In case he missed the ball, he left a snooker for Honza. So it was kind of like a two-way shot. I hope it was planned. If it wasn't planned, then very lucky shot. But if it was planned, then very, very well executed. Let's see what he has here. I guess he would go for the 10 over there, because it seems like it's the most suitable angle to solve that. But it's the cue ball is kind of far, and that might be a problem. But let's see how it's gonna look like. Perfect. However, awkward queuing right there. He has the 11 in the corner. I believe that can be an okay shot for him. And then I think if he plays the 11 in the corner, he's gonna play it with some left spin, simply because the ball, the other strike ball, does not allow him to cue very nicely over there. Wow, what an execution right there. Very nice. Now he would play probably follow or draw. Nothing else over there. Draw with some left English right there. And now he has the 9 ball in the corner. Stun it just a little bit, or maybe even draw it just a little bit, to leave himself on the 8 ball. And the 8 ball in the corner for a 5-1 lead. Wow. What a nice run out. I did not like though the cue ball, how it got stuck to the. Wow, Robin is doing some juggling here. I guess not anymore. But I didn't like how the cue ball ended up close to the ball. But even with it, still Peter was able to run out this rack. A note for Honza: don't leave yourself an awkward position on the cue ball. If you do, make sure to pot it, because Peter is running racks out here. And Honza is coming back again with his other break cue. It seems like it was working for him in the previous rack. I think that's a phenolic tip on top of it, which means it's a super hard tip, and it's used obviously for 8 ball and 10 ball, but let's see. That was a solid break again. So Honza, if Robin needs a buyer for the queue, I think you should be the suitable buyer over there, because this queue seems like it's working for you quite well. and if Robin doesn't sell his cue, then maybe you can buy the same one from somebody. In the meantime, he is already on the run. Isn't it amazing how fast he is? And he's able to think quite fast around the table and act fast, which is quite interesting. He chose the stripes. He's going for the 11, I believe, over there, or maybe for the 11, I believe, around the 14 with some right spin, or maybe with some left spin to keep on the same side as the 14. He is looking at it right now. Yeah, around the 14. Perfect. And now, if the 9 ball is going to the side pocket, then he should definitely leave himself for that. If not, he can leave himself for the corner pocket. But then you have the other stripe along the rail. Let's see how he will be able to clear that. Wow, that was a little bit tough. Honza is laughing. It seems like the 9 ball is going. I don't know. They're both looking at it, and it seems like Honza already has his look into it. Very nice. And now, if the 8 ball go in the opposite corner, the one that Honza is looking at it right now, then he would just do a bottom left spin off the rail, or he would just leave it easy over there and play in the corner that he's playing right now. Very nice. A lucky position shot, but it seems like it worked, and Honza is able to come back on this rack at least. And actually, he didn't come back. He actually broke and run. This new break, it seems like it's working for him, so that's quite nice. Robin is racking the balls again. Big shout out to him, and thank you, Robin, for that. And thank you for Robin and Milan, who let me comment on this again. I know that English commentary is not something that you were expecting. However, our most popular commentator, Mr. Calvin Washburn, big shout out to him. He is not able to be here with us today, and because of that, I was here, and I was able to kind of jump in and comment on this. So if you don't mind, I think it's better to have any kind of commentary rather than no commentary at all. Wow, what a nice break. A little bit of follow on the cue ball. I don't know if you can see the 7 ball over there, but let's see the other camera just to see how the rack is looking. Let's see what kind of options are available. It seems like the 7 ball is available. I'm not really sure. He's looking at it as well. But you always have to remember that there is only a limited amount of time that you have, and it's 60 seconds at the break, and after that is 30. He would play probably the 4. Wow, he's still thinking about it. Let's see. He calls the extension. The shot clock has 1 warning on 10 seconds, and then it starts counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's only 1 warning on 10 seconds, and then the other one is on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's playing the 7 in the corner. Very well executed. However, the 6 ball, if the 6 ball is available, that should be his next shot. If not, then the 5 balls will be his next shot. Maybe just play a little bit of left and leave yourself for the... Oh wow, he went all the way. I think he wanted to get rid of the 4, but not yet. Not yet, Peter. Not yet. Let's see what's gonna happen now. Peter is going for the 5 in the side. and coming back. Wow, very nice. He still has that 4 over there. Maybe he can come back off the 2 now, or he can leave the 1 and play the 3 follow. But I'm not really sure what would he want to do, but I think coming back from the 2 now should be an option, or maybe following on the 2 and coming for the 3 in the side and then the 4. I'm not really sure. Yep, I think that's his plan, or maybe if he feels in a very good stroke, leaving himself a very nice draw shot on the 1 and then the 4. But I don't think that he would do that though. Yeah. I think he did exactly that. Wow. He fills in a nice stroke. Let's see it from here, how his draw shot is. He needs to stay down, make sure that he's following through with his cue, and make sure that he's staying down. That's super, super important over there. And the draw seems quite nice. And now I guess he would just follow and leave the 8 ball in the side pocket where the cue ball is right now. Or if he feels like in a stroke right now, he will just draw back, but I think he will just follow it. Exactly. Stun run. The most difficult shots according to Ronnie O'Sullivan, and Peter just did some amazing stun runs today. 8 ball. And 6-2, and now Honza will break with his new break cue again, and let's see how this will look like. Just to comment again on the rules of the racking of the ball. 8 ball goes in the middle, just like you see it right now, and then there has to be 1 stripe and 1 solid at the end. For racking, we're using a magic rack. The pros, I'm sure they're very familiar with this, but if you go to your local pool hall, they will definitely have a magic rack. So if you ask, you can ask them, and then you can even ask how to rack it, because with this way you are sure that the balls are very tight, and then everything is fine for the break shot. Wow. Honza seems to really plays with that side pocket over there, but again, it worked out for him quite well. And solids would be all the way for me right here because of the first shot on the 1, and then on the 6, I guess. And then I don't see really any problem other than the 3-7 up there. But with a good position on the 3-4-7, then it should be okay. I guess he will start with the 1 here and leave himself on the 6. Yeah. And probably he's gonna use a little bit of a top right over there to come down for the 4. Exactly, because the 2 ball should be his last ball, but I guess he doesn't like that option, so he will just come back for the 4. And let's see how it's looking from the other angle. So maybe he will go 4-7-3. But that would be a little bit maybe tougher, but depending on how he feels, that's quite a nice angle. If he can draw it out with some bottom right English, it should be okay for the 3 ball. Not like this. Not like this. Not like this. Wow. This is a very interesting rack. I believe he was calling the top left corner, and I believe he's gonna kick into it. Wow. Wow. Almost. Is gonna mess up the 15 over there? Not really, no. I don't know if how much Peter feels in the mood right now, but here a very nice safety would do, because of the not really nice position, I guess, on everything. But I guess he's gonna go for the 14, because even if he plays a stop shot, it should snooker him on the 3, so Peter should be okay. But yeah, definitely feels confident today. Let's see how it's looking. Alright. I believe he went a little bit too far than he wanted to. And he's gonna go for the 10. Nice shot. Then the 13, and I believe the 15 should be his last ball over there to leave himself on the 8 on the side. He's gonna follow this. I would personally stun this, but following was tough, and this is what happens. You leave Honza a shot. Honza probably didn't really hope that he will come back, but he did. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. This is just 2 routine balls, and now it's just follow and just natural angle of the cue ball and the 8. So instead of a 7-2 lead for Peter, now it's a 6-3 lead for Peter. Honza is still keeping there and still saying, hey, I'm still in the game, and so don't count me out just yet, because I'm able to run some balls and run some racks. Note for Honza, make sure that you leave yourself a nice position on the last ball, always. And just as I predicted in the previous rack, the 3 ball was the problem, and it turned out it was the problem. However, Honza was able to come out of it because Peter missed the thing. Missed the last ball in the corner, which I believe it should have been just a simple stun. No follow or anything like this. But Peter feels confident right now, so that's super important when you're on the table. If you feel confident, all the shots will work. And Robin seemed like he didn't really like the rack over there. Let me just ask Peter to wave on the camera. I just asked Peter to come and wave to say hi to all of you. Yes, hello. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, Peter. You are absolutely amazing. And Peter is next to break. He needs only 2 racks to finish off this game. As we know, so far he was breaking quite well, and it seems like it was working for him so far. When it comes to Peter and his matches, a very interesting match to watch is between Peter and Shane Van Boning, if I'm not mistaken. Even though he lost it, I still think it was a very nice match for watching, so I would recommend you to watch it and learn something from their match. Peter, wow. The 15 nudges the white ball into the corner and leaves Honza a ball in hand. Honza is thinking about it. 7 ball or the stripe ball over there. Does it go? There's not such a nice first shot, I believe, on the stripes. Maybe the one that kicked the cue ball in the corner is quite nice for just a simple follow. But I believe Honza is gonna go with the solids. I mean, it seems quite simple from there. I mean, it sounds simple when I say it, but it's not so simple in real life to play this. But these guys are able to kind of execute the shots. And let's see. I think Honza will try to break out that. No, he did not, but it's still, I think, working out okay for him because he wanted to play the 4 ball into that same pocket. I believe so. Should draw this out. Right. That's okay. He will not play the 4 now. He would either play the 5 or the 2 ball. If he plays the 5, maybe he will slow roll it, or maybe he will draw it out exactly 2 rails out and come back. So now, the way I choose the pattern and the way he chooses the pattern, but let's see, if for once we're gonna agree on a pattern and we're gonna do the same. I don't know if he can listen to me right now while I'm commenting. If he does, you're welcome, Honza, because maybe I'm helping out with the pattern, but it seems like there is not enough angle over there on the 1 ball, and it seems like let's see. seems like there was enough angle. So 4, and then he should draw out just a little bit for 8 ball in the side, and yeah, it should be a 6-4 over there. Or just a simple follow. There you go. 8 ball in the side. Easy peasy. Peter decides to take a timeout, and this is something that a lot of players don't use, timeout. So have in mind that when you are playing a match, you are allowed 1 timeout per match. So use your timeout, and especially in a moment where you think you're in a bad place, or you're just missing some easy balls, or you think that the opponent is getting ahead. If the opponent is coming back to you or coming along your lead, take a timeout, because it's gonna get him out of the tracks as well. I think that's what Peter did at the moment, which is honestly quite smart. And Peter has a lot of experience. Honza has 2, and I think both of them are quite good on the thing. Now Mr. Milan is asking me to stop for a little bit, so give me 1 minute please, and we'll be right back with you. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted over there, and we're back for another rack. Peter is leading 6-4, and honestly I thought that the timeout would take a little bit longer, but it wasn't so long, and I was caught by a surprise that they took such a short timeout, I have to admit. So the only problem over there would be the strike ball, and I think Peter will try to clear it up. The right shot would be from a bowling hand to play a carom shot into the side pocket to clear up that that problem ball. I believe that's the only problem ball over there, or not. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's going. I'm not really sure. But let's see. Maybe Peter has some other plans. I'm really not sure what his plan is there. But let's see. Here a great shot would be to draw out the 11 and come back, or play the 9 like that. Wow. I think that Peter now disagrees with my choice of patterns. I'm sorry, Peter. Yeah, I guess all of us think differently, and all of us have different ways of playing. That's understandable. now I wanna see what he's gonna do. There's only one problem ball. There's only one problem ball, and I'm curious what he's gonna do with it. 11 in the corner. Then again, he would probably do what he should have done in the first place and break out that cluster over there. But hey, let's see. I think he's gonna do that right now, and he will draw it out to leave himself on the 14, because he wants to be sure that this thing. But the problem is that the orange ball might snooker him on the cue ball. No, it's perfect. Wow, amazing. Now coming back 14. This is something that Niels Fayen mentions in a lot of his YouTube videos. These two shots that exactly Peter Ruban is gonna do right now is playing positions, one rail positions to the next ball on the other rail, and this is something that should be practiced a lot, especially if you are into pool, to get this kind of positions, because it's a lot, especially 9-ball. It's done a lot, and yeah, that's something that you should definitely practice if you are interested into pool. I'm just curious on the camera just to see how this is gonna look. He's drawing back for the other corner pocket. I think this is perfect. Wow, this is gonna be like a straight shot in, and yeah, let's see how is this gonna look. Wow, very nice. That timeout seemed like it paid off, and Peter was able to run this rack. So he eventually did break out the one in the side pocket. That was the problem with the cluster. He eventually did break it, but he just waited for it a little bit. My personal preference would be to wait, to not wait and then just go for it immediately, because you never know what's gonna happen when you play this kind of carom shots, especially if they're a little bit stronger. Obviously, practicing a lot will help you predict it and will help you kind of make it more predictable. But hey, it worked out for him. He ran the rack, leading 7-4. Who am I to say anything? It's power break G. That's a break cue, obviously from Metz. It's a carbon cue. I have the same one. However, the only difference between my cue and Peter Urban's cue is the wrap on the cue. I'm not talking about Eminem, like the wrap around the, but he has a sport wrap. I have no wrap whatsoever, but it comes out to personal preference. What a nice break. It was a nice break, nice cue ball control, leaving himself in the middle to be able to have a lot of options, which is always what you want to do. And maybe I'm a little bit boring with saying that you need to do that, but it's super important in 8-ball, leaving the cue ball where you're gonna have some options. Both options look very nice. However, there is a cluster over there, the 3-6, and that's a 9-ball, right? That's the cluster. But I guess Peter will wanna clear it as soon as possible, I guess. I hope he will not wait for the second last ball like he did in the previous to clear the problem ball, like he did in the previous rack. Let's see how his mind is thinking at the moment and what's working for him. Let's change it to this one. Alright, and I believe now he would like to go and play the 1, and if I'm not mistaken, the 7-ball goes in the corner pocket, but then is the 6. The good option would be play the 7 in the corner pocket and follow to nudge the 6. And even if you don't have a position on the 6, you're gonna have a position on the 4 in the side. Yeah, that's a lot of forward thinking. I'm sorry, but sometimes I cannot stop it when it's about 8-ball. He should follow this 1-ball. But he's leaving himself on the other side, because he doesn't even want to do anything. He doesn't want to play around. He wants to not touch the 9-ball at all. Rather, he wants to play the 6-ball in the corner. That's a very interesting choice right there. Oh no, he definitely went for it. Wow, very nice. Let's see how he's looking now. He's looking at the 6-4, and 6-4 Is there a combination over there, or he can play the 4? If he can play the 4, they should definitely not play the combo. But let's see. Let's see what is his choice. If he's not see the 4, then he should definitely play 6-4. Wow. 2 balls. I'm guessing he didn't plan for the 4 ball to drop as well. He definitely wanted that to stay up so he can have those options. But let's see. Playing the 5 in the corner, drawing. Wow, very nice. Leaving himself on the 3. And now the question is whether he would draw with bottom left to come back into the line of potting for the 8 ball, or whether he would follow. I think he's drawing. Let's see what he's drawing. Yes, wow. I mean, that's it. And it's safe to say that this guy is winning the 8 ball open just after changing the tip. So if somebody's telling you that the tip doesn't make a difference and you're not really trusting them what they're saying, well, Peter Ruben is proving you right now that changing a tip can win you a championship. Congratulations, Peter, and as well coming in on 2nd place. Very well done from Peter, and very confident shots. For me, the best shot of this final was the bank shot. And wait, I need to change. Yes, that's Peter. He wanted to just wave, and thank everybody for watching this. I want to thank the GMBS, Robin and Milan, for giving me the opportunity to be part of this and share this nice and lovely final with you guys. I appreciate you staying with me, or maybe watching the replay after that. However, that's it. I would like to thank you one more time. My name is Martin Jovchevsky, and I'm a player too. I love pool. I love sharing my knowledge and my love as well with you. I wish you to have a lovely weekend and a good night. Thank you, everybody.